Okay, we are going to create a Wayne Salmon's Hero Nation writing assistant because who doesn't need an assistant copywriter? If you've ever written copy and you want to send it off to your copywriter and say, "Hey, can you clean this up and make it sound more grammatically correct?"
Yeah, I just want to know how you make me sound better than me. So that's what I'm after. Like you're saying, hey, does this sound like you? And I'm going, yes, it sounds like me after 15 revisions. How are you doing this? How are you making me sound like the best version of me consistently?
Okay. So here's so what I did is I the
Show me
first
behind the
thing
curtain.
is we have to build a custom GPT that's going to do this for us.
Okay.
Okay. And basically, a custom GPT is just like a pre-trained transformer. What we're going to do is we're going to train it on your voice and your style, how you write, and that way, all we have to do is paste in text and have it clean it up and ready to go. Okay.
Okay.
So where do we start? So let's start here. Let me start a new because I got like 50 browser windows open. So let me start a new tab here as if I don't have enough tabs open already. And let me share this. First place we're going to go is I created this amazing tool called mybrandvoice.com. It's a brand voice analyzer. What it basically does is you feed it samples of your voice or any writing samples that you currently have, and you paste it into here. What it does is it analyzes your writing style, and gives you an output as to like the tone of voice and some key writing characteristics that you have. Okay.
Okay. Wow.
So if you have some writing samples that you would like to share, we'll grab those. Otherwise, here's typically what I'll do is I go in and like let's see, I went to your YouTube. Here's how I created yours is I went to your YouTube channel. Uh wait, and I just grabbed a couple of your videos.
Wow. See, that's incredible. So people that maybe they're like, well, I don't have 100 articles written, but like they've recorded some stuff and we can just grab that and go, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So like this was a good one right here. Because it's short. It's like it's 3 minutes long. Okay. And what I want from this is the transcript of the video. So I'm just gonna use this cool tool over here that I have to
What is that little tool you got going
so
on over there, by
this
the way?
over here is called GLASP, GLASP, and it's just a tool that you can you grab transcripts off of, right? So this is the transcript of that whole video right here. I know, pretty crazy, huh?
Where have you been all my life?
And we're gonna pop back over here to the brand voice analyzer. I'm just gonna paste it in and hit analyze text. And you're gonna tell me if this thing did it nail it? It's analyzing right now. Did it nail it or is it pretty close? Key characteristics, motivational tone, uses
Uh-huh.
informal and conversational language, relies on personal anecdotes, relies on rhetorical questions and calls to action, highly emotional and passionate. I'd say just from a 3 minute transcript, it probably nailed it pretty good.
I agree.
Yeah. And then up here, the writing style profile is conversational, inspirational, employing emphatic and provocative rhetoric to engage the motivated reader, motivate the reader. It's vaguely spiritual yet pragmatic. It's pretty, yeah,
I feel like you're reading my soul right now, but keep
yeah,
going.
yeah.
Oh,
Incorporating
wow.
elements of personal narrative to self-help. The persona of the writer suggests intense, passionate, and empathetic individual who aims to provoke thought, inspire action, and impart wisdom. Like, I don't.
Hey, I want to hang out with that guy. That sounds
So,
amazing.
so here's the thing: is I think this nailed it on the first try, only
That's
because
nuts.
I did a little bit of research ahead of time and was like, let's go find a video that really that's really it shows your personality, number one,
Yeah.
but like shows your tone and like how you speak and how you engage, right? So I didn't even need a writing style. I just took transcripts from a video, which a lot of times is
Wow.
how you speak and how you say things to people is more telling than how you write.
100%. Because I was gonna say, if I was gonna have to write something out, it would be very tough for me to communicate the same way.
Yeah. Okay. So what I love about this tool is I said download a PDF, so now I can save that brand voice analysis. Okay, it's mine, and I can say brand voice analysis for Wayne. Okay, even though I spelled your name wrong, but it's all right. So what's great about that, having that, is now I can use it for future reference and incorporate it in anything I want going forward, and I have a copy of it. Um, if
Wow.
if it didn't nail it in the off chance that it didn't nail it on the first time, you can refine it with another sample, and we can give it another sample. Maybe it was an email that you wrote to somebody, and you were explaining a couple of things, or something that you wrote to somebody to kind of help inspire them to do something. Okay,
Yeah.
so we can refine it with additional samples, and you can add as many samples as you want until it gets to where you want and how you like it. So next thing we're going to do is we're just going to copy that analysis, but I'm going to keep this window open because we're going to pop into Chat GPT next. And what we're going to do is we are going to create a custom GPT. And we do that by going first to our custom GPTs. I got a whole lot of them in here. We're going to explore GPTs. Here we go. We're going to create, and I'm going to name this. Let's name it uh, Wayne Salmon's writing assistant. Okay. And that's exactly what this is going to be is we don't even need a description, but
Right.
I'm going to tell it, it's going to say, what does this GPT do? How does it behave? And what should it avoid doing? I'm just going to start writing in here. Now, a lot of times what I'll do before I create a custom GPT, I should probably back up, is create a doc for this first. And what I mean by a doc is I'm going to go in and create a new document and just say, um, uh, like, here's the custom GPT name, custom GPT name, description. If I can spell today, ESCR description, and instructions. And so far, my instructions are use this brand voice analysis. And I put in the brand voice analysis right here. So now I'm putting that into part of the instructions. Okay. So next part of the instructions, what do we want this thing to do? We want it to help me write and clean up existing text, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of
Existing and draft, like draft text. Yeah.
clean up and draft existing text,
Sure. Yep.
including uh, blogs, emails,
Articles.
um,
Yep.
articles, text messages, social posts. Social posts is a big
Yep.
one,
Yep.
actually,
That's a huge one.
including, in fact, I'm going to make that first.
Well, I think what
Social
this will help with is
posts.
I do a lot of like magazine article writing,
Yeah.
for a lot of different magazines and things and what it can help me clean like right now with like normal chat GPT, it can help me like clean it up, but it can't really help me do more of me, right? Like it's cleaning it up like structurally and grammatically and things like that, but it's not really elevating it the way that I would like, which is beautiful.
Okay. So we're just going to say, make this sound more like a cleaned up version of me. And I'm going to incorporate your credentials. Well, not just your credentials, but like your contact information, right?
Yeah.
So I can say, in fact, let's do this. We're going to start with that. My name is Wayne Salmons. I am a I am the founder of Hero. Is Hero Nation one word?
Too.
Hero Nation. coaching. And you know what? Ironically, I kind of already wrote this. So
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna borrow from what I already created
You know,
because
the other thing I'm doing more of too, Larry, is I'm doing more voice to text in my even when I'm filling things out like this, I'm finding I'm doing more voice to text because one, I'm not a good speller, and two, I say a lot more when I'm talking than when I have to type. So even those kinds of things, I find that like, and I'm learning that honestly from my kids because my kids like they don't spend time using their thumbs; they just talk, and it's so much faster. And I'm like, oh wow, I'm the old guy like printing off a fax, and they're just like light years ahead of me.
okay. Uh, So I'm giving it a task. I'm saying this custom GPT. By the way, I said my name is Wayne, founder and CEO of Hero Nature Coaching. I help entrepreneurs achieve their goals faster with fewer struggles. One of our key offerings is Fuel, a hybrid coaching program designed to transform businesses into thriving six-figure enterprises. I'm just going to omit that because I was using that on a previous one. Let's see. I'm going to give you a sample of my writing or a transcript that includes some ideas.
Yeah.
I want you to, well, what are we going to do? We're going to analyze the text and prompt me to um, see what I want for output. Okay. Uh, so watch this. And this is, I'm giving away kind of my secret sauce here, but I'm going to copy this entire instructions and then I'm going to pop over into Chat GPT again, again, and we're going to start a new, and I'm going to say, I'm building a custom GPT writing assistant. Help me improve this prompt for the custom GPT. So it's kind of like using your dog to train a dog.
This is so gold. Like it makes so much sense, and it's so far beyond what I even imagined.
Okay, so here's the prompt that it gave me. I'm going to provide you with a writing or transcript containing ideas. Your job is to analyze the text, identify what I'm trying to convey in the core message, help me
Yes.
clarify and refine the content so it sounds like a polished version of my own voice.
Love
That's
it.
exactly what I want. Your role is to help me clean it up and enhance drafts for various formats, including social media posts, blogs, articles, text messages. To ensure the writing feels authentic, here's my writing style, my tone, my key patterns. Make the content sound like an improved version of me, amplifying clarity, impact, and authenticity while staying true to my voice. I'm sorry, that was an
You know
evil
what?
laugh.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Like life is like this. We're there. We're there.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to paste that here into my instructions.
We have achieved singularity. Like
Yep.
that's what I'm feeling right now. We're
Yeah.
there. You go.
So, so there you go. And if we need a good description for this, we can say, what is a good description for this? Like, why is description one of those words I can't spell
You know,
today?
the great thing about ChatGPT is it understands most of my spelling mistakes, so I don't even have
Yeah,
to fix them most of the time.
I know. The problem is my brain goes faster than I can type.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So personalized writing assistant. Okay. I'm just going to use the first part of that. We're going to say
So
that is
cool.
part of the description. And the GPT name is Wayne's Writing Assistant.
So good.
Okay. Now we build the custom GPT. Okay. So we have the description. We're going to copy that again. We're going to pop over into here. Wayne Salmon's writing assistant, description. We're going to grab these instructions right here. And I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it into here. I can even give it a like a conversation starter, but I mean you don't have to. But we're gonna have Dali add a logo. I can add I could add your headshot as the logo as well.
Yeah.
What I've done typically in the past is just use your actual logo.
Whatever as
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we like it. We're just going to hit create. And I'm going to say, if I'm building this on my custom GPT and I'm building it
Right.
for somebody else, I'm going to say anyone with the link and I'm going to hit the save button. If this is in your GPT, I want you to say only me. I want this,
Correct.
this is
Right.
just for me. I don't want anybody else to even see this or know it. But I mean, there's ways that we can use this link. Like we can send it to your virtual assistant
Yeah.
and say,
Yeah, absolutely.
here's my ideas for a blog post or an article or something, and
Because this
here's
has
the
always been one
message.
of the hardest things to copy, right? How do I get someone to speak in my voice, which is one of the hardest things to train on. And this gives them such a leg up in being able to do that. Like eventually to be able to do it so much faster and stay on voice.
Right.
Because it's not easy to do.
And just because we built it one time doesn't mean like it's set in stone and we can't go back and change it and edit it. I can go back in and say, let's edit this GPT and add some additional instructions. So I can build on top of this and add different elements and things and say,
Yes.
in fact, I can build one that's just for social content. And you can say, hey,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
this writing assistant is strictly just for writing social
Yeah.
content that's optimized for Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is kind of an overall writing assistant that's going to ask you what you want to do. Okay, so now what we need is we need a transcript to feed it to kind of help us come up with a blog post. So let's just take this right here, the same overcoming fear and finding your voice and creating impact. Okay.
Which might sound good in a video, but it's gonna be terrible if I just copy and paste into a blog.
Well, it wouldn't work as a blog, right?
Correct. It's just
And
not gonna make any sense.
right. And not only that, but like if you wanted to turn this into additional or maybe social content going forward on different platforms,
Right.
right? So now we're gonna go to Wayne's. Let's refresh this. So my GPT shows up. I'm gonna share it over to you. Now you're gonna have it for at your disposal. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Wayne's writing assistant. And I'm just going to paste in this transcript and hit the go button. And uh, it should ask me like, hey, what do you want to do with this? We can say, turn this into a social post for Facebook. Of course, we got to let it stop writing first.
My camera decided to die for some reason, so I'm coming back in different way, hopefully.
Okay, so I just said turn this into a social post for Facebook. There we go. Are you feeling uncomfortable? Good. That might just be the shoulder you need from God, the universe, or whatever, right? So easy peasy. I can say turn this into a blog post. And here's what I'm really curious is when I turn this into a blog post, does it sound a little bit like you? Because
Absolutely.
that's the real question. I mean, I think it's pretty close.
Well, and you know what's amazing is I don't know how to write that way.
Hmm.
Meaning like how to like because I see a lot of like novice writers like right? So like it's just because they don't know how to write in this way. But like as you're going through, it's like this was being like just the wording and how it phrased it made it so readable, but sounds so much better than if I had just sat down and write it because I don't know how to write in that way that makes sense in the reading. You know what I mean? I can speak it, writing it is tough.
So I can also say turn this into an email to my database. and it's going to draft up an email,
Oh my gosh.
right? And now, if you have a video that's companioned with it, I can say, "Hey, I recently posted this video to my YouTube channel. Go check it out." But hey, uh, so this is kind of where we're headed as far as being able to do things with custom GPTs. And so
Yeah.
I want you to think of this as almost like you hired a marketing assistant,
Right.
right?
Yes.
And a copywriter, and they're a good copywriter. And but not only are they good at copywriting, they're good at a whole bunch of things. And now they know how you write and your style and your tone and all those other things, right?
It would have taken me 3 years to teach someone how to do this.
Easy, easy. And I mean, the best part about this is you can continually go in and retrain. I can go in and edit this GPT and add a
Yeah.
couple of small little nuances. Like if
After,
I,
or like you said, being more specific ones. So if I want ones for, say, for article writing, like, hey, I want to always include a story. So it'd probably be like, hey, what story are we going to use for this, or whatever that is, right? I always want to have an analogy or something like that. I could add that in there, and that would prompt me for that every single time. But that would be different than a social media post. So I could, oh my gosh, you can just duplicate it and then
yeah.
tweak it.
So
Wow.
at this point, we just say, okay, I'm gonna Wayne Salmon's, we'll call it social post writing assistant. Okay. And here's the benefit of this is I can go in and say, now create a prompt. I went back to the previous conversation when I said, hey, refine this
Right.
instructions. Now create a prompt specifically for creating engaging social media posts.
Wow.
Take my notes, ideas, rough draft, transform them into a polished, attention-grabbing social media content, use these guidelines, right? So, okay, so there's my boom, copy, and we'll go back into this custom GPT, the social post writing assistant. We'll paste it in, and now I have a brand
Jeez.
new one, create.
That's like I just went and hired another virtual assistant.
Yeah, yep.
Like I just hired a 15-hour a week virtual assistant. Boom. And the cool thing, like you and I were talking about earlier, like I have a phenomenal team. You know, Pam and AJ and amazing people. And this isn't here to like replace anyone that's on your current team, or at least for me, this is here to enhance my current team. So it gives them more tools to get more done better, right? So it's not replacing anybody, it's allowing them to enhance what they're doing.
Yep.
So now instead of getting out one blog a week, whatever it is we get out 15 in a third of the time.
So I'm just going to grab a transcript from something else here. Where we go? Transcript. There it is. This is the best tool. This GLASP tool that I use all the time. It's wonderful. Copy that transcript. So we're gonna test it in your new social post writing assistant,
Ah,
and let's see what it does. This one might need a little bit more refining. Oh, I think the it's pulling the things from it. Okay, so there's the social post right there. Let's make this the
yeah,
best. Which
as
of
a
these?
social post, it's
Yeah,
gonna be like bullet point and down to it.
yeah. But like you could
So go
essentially,
put that in the article one and see how it does it different. Like so go say, hey, make an article. I would just be just out of curiosity.
okay. So, oh, this same script.
Same thing.
Okay, let's go back. Let's go to Wayne's writing assistant. And okay,
Just
so we're gonna
create a blog or create an
turn
article. Yeah, turn this
this
into an article.
into an article for me. After coaching 8,000 entrepreneurs and business owners, I noticed some relentless truths that separate those from thrive and just get by. It sounds exactly like you, dude.
So good. Yeah, it does. Wow.
What's better is it sounds like the way that you speak because you're a great speaker and you
Yes.
and so it writes the way that you speak.
That's but and so much better.
I mean, this is insane. Suffer once instead of twice. Yeah. Be your own hero. Okay,
Wow.
so here now we have an article, right? It might take a little bit of fine tuning and tweaking. Uh create an email to drive traffic to this article. And it'll create an email to drive traffic to the article. Create a social media
Whoa.
post to drive traffic to the article. So there's your email. Read the article.
Wow. Oh my gosh. So, I mean, every single one of my clients needs to have you help them build 3 or 4 of these right away.
Yeah, it's their marketing assistants. That's essentially what they are, is
So
you
I'm gonna
just
call this the $100 for a week vacation with Larry. So literally, like, get with Larry. He's gonna build you three or four of these things, and save enough time that you can literally go on a week vacation. Like that's the kind of like that's what we're actually talking about here. This is insane.
yeah, yep. And now you have AI working for you instead of you trying to figure out how the hell am I going to incorporate this into my business? Like I just
God, it's so
shared
beautiful.
with you the secrets. Now, this was just like a base layer version. I still need to
Yes.
go in and fine tune and tweak and test and analyze and
But here's the
us-
cool thing, with all the regulations too, like like say I was in mortgage or whatever it is, or like my brother's, he works for Sun Life, right? So there's a lot of things they can say and a lot of things they can't say. So you can literally dump in like, hey, here's all the regulations,
Mhm.
everything you write, every video you create, every
Yeah.
whatever, like follow these regulations. The
Yep.
same thing for realtors, same things with all these other people that have all the stuff they're trying to think about, saying, oh, I can't say that word, right? I can't say master bedroom or whatever it is, the word of the month that's triggering everyone.
Yep.
Right, right. Like, but I can go put all that stuff in. Like, hey, I'm gonna do these videos. Make sure they follow the HUD guidelines, or make sure they follow the Sun Life guidelines. I
Yep.
mean, the amount of energy and time that this gives someone is exponential. So like I remember
It's
years ago, we had somebody that said, time is unlimited, and the reality is it is unlimited when you start thinking about it in this kind of realm, and you go. Ooh, I just got 10 hours back. Ooh, I just got 15 hours back. Oh, now Pam knows how to use this. I just got 30 hours back, right? Like all of those things is incredible.
Yep. And it's
Wow.
making more impact, by the way.
Yeah.
So, and
Yes.
what's
That's yes. It's not there to replace you. It's there to enhance you. And I think I'm glad you said
yeah.
that because that's such a huge thing. Like your job is to help people. It is to help enhance people, not to replace anyone, right? And that's a beautiful piece of this. Yeah.
Right. And when it comes to, like you said, you talk in your phone a lot, you
Yeah.
have these ideas. You can actually set up automations. And I've done one of these before where you can take voice notes in Slack. I don't know if you've ever seen it. You create a Slack channel, you open up Slack, you create a voice note while you're walking. You're like, I just have this amazing idea to do XYZ. And what it does is it transcribes that, puts it into your custom GPT, and then helps you come up with a plan or a strategy on how to implement that specific objective. Like, hey Wayne, that's a great idea. Let's put a webinar together for it.
Yeah.
Here's an outline for the webinar. What do you think? And yeah,
Well, what's cool is you're creating some of these for our clients, which is like we do training that's like, hey, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing to analyze this before you like, and that's really, really powerful. So,
right.
dude, you're amazing.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you found it insightful. And if
It's
anybody
incredible.
wants something built for them, just feel free to reach out. We'll jump on a
So
call.
what's the best place for them to reach out?
Just
Just so they have that.
go to my website, summitmarketing.ai. We
Summitmarketing.ai.
build customized AI solutions for all kinds of businesses. Oh, I was going to add one
Or
more
as
thing.
I call it, the Holy Grail, the Holy Land. The
So
yeah,
I took I took some reviews and testimonials from a couple of people's businesses and said, here's what my customers say, here's customer sentiment to help you build additional context into my brand voice and how my customers interact with my business and what they say. I'm telling you, that was the most impactful thing right there is when you add your customer sentiment and what they say
Yeah.
in their testimonials, it kind of helps build clarity for AI on who you are, what your company does, and
God,
what
it's
you do.
amazing.
And it's like when I got the results out of that, I was like, oh, that just took it to a whole different level, if
And
that's even possible.
and just let people do what they're supposed to do.
And
Dude,
it
this is
works for
brilliant.
any business. It doesn't, it's
Yeah.
not just real estate. It
Yeah.
works for any business. Yeah.
It's
So
awesome.
cool.
Dude,
Well,
you're
thanks for your
amazing.
time.
Thank
Yep.
you. Thank
Good
you.
to see
Thank
you.
you.
Take
All
care.
right. See you
Peace.
soon, brother.